This is IB Sports. I'm BJ Griffin. If you missed UFC 116, you really missed out on one of the biggest events I've seen from UFC. It was just real exciting all around. Even the prelims were real exciting. Brendan Schaub got that big TKO win. Gerald Harris got that huge KO slam. And that was number 7 on SportsCenter, so that was real exciting to see. As far as the main card goes in UFC 116, George Saharopoulos, he fights extremely well off his back. I mean, that was impressive to me. Stephan Bonner really pulled through for himself. You know, they were saying there's a chance he might get cut if he didn't win that fight. I mean, I don't think so, because Dana White seems to favor Stephan Bonner a little bit. I guess his Ultimate Fighter Season 1 shit, but yeah, he pulled out a big win for himself. Chris Lytle looked good with his armbar, I believe, his armbar win. I really feel like Akiyama versus Liebman was exciting to watch, even though Akiyama gassed big time. Like, this guy, he couldn't even complete sentences in his post-fight interview, and, you know, Chris Liebman was a lot of fun to watch. He came through, you know, excited as always, and he really pulled out another big win, and that was impressive. Him having those fights back-to-back like that and pulling out the win, I was impressed with that. Brock Lesnar versus Shane Carwin. Now, I'm not going to take away anything from Brock, because he really endured a lot of punishment and stuff, and he just found a way to win in the second round, and that was impressive. I felt like Shane Carwin gassed a little bit when he was dropping bombs on Brock Lesnar, and the referee, he could have stopped the fight, but I'm glad that he didn't. I'm glad he let it continue, because Brock Lesnar, I mean, he really defended himself well, and he managed to recover and somehow pull out the win. I feel like Brock's takedowns are almost automatic. Like, you're not, if he 90% of the time if he shoots for the takedown, it doesn't really matter how big you are, he's gonna take you down. And initially, watching the fight, I didn't feel like Shane Carwin, I wasn't thinking he gassed in the second round until he hit his back and I saw how inactive he was. All he really did was stop the ground and pound, but he just let Brock mount him, and then he let Brock pass and just get the choke out on him, and he didn't. I mean, Carwin, he just laid there. So as far as what's next for Brock Lesnar, he should be fighting Cain Velasquez. That should be a good fight. And I really feel like there's a lot of, the heavyweight division is pretty stacked, in my opinion. Like, there's a lot of good fighters, but there's nobody who's just, and I don't really want to, there's a guy who does videos on YouTube who explained this real well. I'm not going to repeat what he said, but I kind of feel the same way he does. I'm just going to put his video in the description box and a link. So, but yeah, I was overall impressed with UFC 116. I really wanted Shane Carwin to win, just because I don't like Brock Lesnar's attitude, but I do think that in this match, Brock Lesnar was real humble in victory, and I was glad he actually touched gloves at the beginning of the fight, and it looked like he kind of made it a point to do that, and I'm not taking away anything from him. I respect that he did that, and overcoming his stomach surgery and all that. Just it was impressive for Brock, and I like how all his WWE alumni were there to support him and things. Stone Cold was there, Goldberg was there, so I was really impressed with that. So yeah, just let me know what you think of UFC 116. Subscribe, follow us on Twitter. This is IB Sports. I'm BJ Griffin.